Good evening. How's everybody in YouTube doing? Dave here. I want to, first of all, thank you all for looking at this video. I'm normally just a farmer by trade, or pretty much I just work at a farm. If y'all have noticed that I've done videos in comparison to other types of cameras, mainly GoPro cameras. I have a DJI action camera, but that's not really, I haven't really used that camera like in over a year. I usually end up buying GoPro products or Insta360 products. The Insta360 One X2 is the one I want to talk about. And I want to try to make comparison tests. I don't have the GoPro Hero 9 or the GoPro Max right now at the moment. The 9 is at home, and the Max, I let my sister borrow it. But I want to target the One X2. Right now, if you might have noticed this little black spot right here, this little clip, it's a Rode Wireless microphone. It's just between the base and the transmitter. On my previous video, which is a full 360 video of me looking over the field and observing watermelons as they grow, I noticed that there was a lot of static in the background. Static could be a mixture of air, or there's something wrong with the Rode Wireless. And that's what I want to, that's why I'm making this video. I want to see what's the deal. Right now we're in a quiet environment, and I'm not a computer wizard. I wouldn't be able to tell you what settings it's supposed to be when you apply a Rode Wireless mic, what settings it's supposed to be without a Rode Wireless mic. I don't know. There's only two settings in the camera that says 360 direction focus. So I'm thinking 360 is all the way around. So it's concentrating the 4 microphones that are in the Insta360 One X2 is concentrating on the 4 microphones all the way around. But what's that got to do with a Rode Wireless mic? I don't know. Maybe somebody out there might be able to tell me and clear things up. I've called customer service, and well, you know how customer service can be. Sometimes they're prompt, sometimes they take too long. And then they got another setting called wind reduction. Wind reduction. So does wind reduction, does it mean that if I wasn't using the Rode Wireless microphone, would that be able to help the static of the wind when I pick it up without the Rode Wireless? If I didn't have this and I only used the camera microphone, would the wind reduction actually help me? Since I'm out here at the farm and the winds are blowing 20, 30 miles an hour. I put videos up there that weren't even worth watching because it was just too much noise. Now, between those two settings, is there any comparison with the Rode Wireless mic? I don't know. That's why I'm doing this video now. I want to know if the Rode Wireless mic is helping, because since I first started this video, there shouldn't be any static. Excuse me. On my previous video, which is at full 360 degrees, it's not a reframed video, it's at full 360. It shows that the moment I activated the Rode Wireless mic, it was just 20, 30 seconds, maybe even more than a minute of static. I couldn't even hear my own voice. So it's either the Rode Wireless mic that's bad, or there's something wrong with my camera. Because previously, before this firmware, see, I don't use the wireless mic that much because I'm always either in an indoor environment or an outdoor environment where it's quiet. But previously, before this firmware, I could be able to walk 70 meters away from my camera to a point where the camera can't even see me anymore, can't even recognize me. But it could still pick up my voice clearly because of the Rode Wireless microphone. That worked on my GoPro Hero 9, that worked on the GoPro Hero 8, that worked on the Insta1 R, and the Insta1 1-inch Leica lens. That worked. Let's see what other. Oh, that also worked on the DJI action camera. I could be far away. I could be at least 70 meters away, where I can't even see the little camera anymore. But my voice was coming out strong and clear with the Rode Wireless. For some reason or another, since I did the update, for some reason or another, I don't know what happened, but I have not been able. Now, before I get ahead of myself, this only happened within the first minute and a half. Bunch of static, you couldn't even hear my voice. Eventually, you could hear my voice again. So I'm thinking maybe it's a Rode Wireless, and I don't know, maybe it needs an update. I'm gonna look at the website, see if there's a firmware update that's pending on these things. But if it's not, it might be the One X2. And I'm gonna tell you why. People would always say, well, it's, something happened to your camera, always blame it on the camera. A couple of weeks ago, and it's Insta360's fault more than anything else. A couple of weeks ago, I've been waiting for the batteries to arrive. I've been waiting for batteries to be available for Insta360 for the One X2. They're on back order. They're never available. They're blah, 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 blah. A bunch of excuses. They live by excuses. Amazon had an aftermarket One X2 batteries plus the fast charger, $49 for both batteries and the charger. I bought it. Screw that, man. I'm gonna buy some batteries. They're not waterproof, like the original factory battery that's made for the Insta1 X2. And I'm saying that it's not waterproof because I dipped it in water with the new batteries, and something happened that it started to drip, and it's like, uh-oh. I removed the battery immediately, and I started shaking the camera out. Just a few droplets came out of it. There was nothing wrong with the camera. Nothing happened to it. What I did for safety purposes, even though the camera was working well, I still blow dried it. There at the gym, where you can blow dry your hands after you're washing it, I blow dried the camera. You know how hot air comes out? It blew air in there with pressure. No drops ever came out anymore. But just to be safe and be on the safe side, I contacted a friend of mine that works for Insta360, or he's one of the general managers there. He said, put it in rice. Don't put the battery back, just put it in rice. Okay. You know what? I had already removed the battery. I didn't want to put it back anymore. I stuffed a bunch of wad of toilet paper inside where the battery compartment is supposed to be, and then dipped it into a jar of rice. Left it there for about a week. Just a few days ago, I took the toilet paper out. I took it out of the jar, took the toilet paper out, brushed it off, Nothing happened. Luckily, the rice didn't scratch the lens. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, the rice is gonna scratch the lens. No, nothing happened. It was fine. I inserted the aftermarket battery again. Boom, everything turned on normal. Started recording. There's a video there that says the Insta1 X2 brought back from the dead. You know, it worked perfect. So I figured, you know what? These two batteries that are made for land, I'm not going to put them in water. They're good batteries. It's working off the battery that we have right now that's powering up this Insta1 X2. Now, it's Insta360 One X2. I get tired of seeing Insta360. Anyways, I noticed it didn't last a long while because it already ran out of one battery and it's already going up to a second battery. This is the aftermarket battery. I put it in my pocket before I forget it. It's just a quick reminder. This video was actually made to see if since there's no wind in this warehouse, I'm trying to see if I'm still going to get that static. Because if it's still getting that static, that means that this Rode Wireless is defective, or the audio system on the camera came out bad because it got wet. But it's not, because I already tried it without the Rode Wireless and it works fine without the Rode Wireless. It's the Rode Wireless when I connect it when I'm out there in the windy environment is what I needed it for. But I'm gonna see, as soon as I upload this thing back to the computer and start doing its editing, I wanna see if it's the static and upload this other part of the video into YouTube so the rest of the world can learn from my experience and not do things that they're not supposed to. Watch my video so that you can save your camera. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching my video, and I'm going to go ahead and log off. I was trying to see if I had forgotten anything. I don't think I have. No. Y'all have a safe night, safe week. God bless.